Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Toy Talk. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure where this is gonna go because it's the first podcast I'm ever doing. But today I have a special guest. Today we have the Lazy Eyebrow.
Hello.
How you doing, my man?
I am doing absolutely fine.
Well, that's pretty good. So this is a show where we talk, just about Transformers or toys in general. Talk about what's going on with each other. Just random podcast stuff. If you couldn't tell, I'm probably nervous.
There's no need to be.
Uh, it's just yeah, I don't know. All right. So the first question I got for you:
Okay.
the new TF movie coming out in 2022. What are you thinking that's gonna be?
Do we have any indication of what it is, or is it just we have just some movie coming out in, I guess, a year and a half now?
Well, there's been word that there's gonna be either a Beast Wars, there's gonna be a Prime solo film that I know they canceled. There's gonna be a Bumblebee 2, and or this just could be some random movie.
Honestly, I think it would probably be Bumblebee 2, but like some things changed, some progression of time. Maybe it'll take place in the early 90s. I don't think it'll be directly after, but it could be.
Right.
I know they were talking directly after Bumblebee came out that they weren't overly happy with the ticket sales,
Mm-hmm.
so that they were going to incorporate some sort of, what do they call it, Bay action or whatever. But I'm not. I don't know. Not really sure. I'm interested to see if it's a Bumblebee too, because that movie was amazing.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. If it's Bumblebee 2, I would like to see more of what was happening on Cybertron. Maybe see a Megatron this time.
Hmm.
Like
Well,
I
they kind of sorry.
No, you're alright.
Well, they kind of confirmed that it's no longer a prequel to the Bay movies. Like they kind of threw things in so that it could line up if they wanted it to, but now that it's no longer doing that, they kind of got free roam to do whatever.
Right. Well, I know that there was talk at one time that during all this, Megatron was in the Hoover Dam, still frozen,
Hmm.
under the ice. Whatever was happening at that time. But since it's not a prequel, then he could have been somewhere else. We don't even know.
Literally anywhere.
So hopefully, if we do get a Bumblebee 2, then we can get more of a backstory on where he was.
Hmm.
So that'll be interesting to see. So let me look here. Sorry, I gotta look something up here.
It's all good.
So 1986, the Transformers 1986 movie is coming up with their anniversary. I think. What the heck? 40th anniversary?
That would be in 2024.
Okay. So then,
2019 was the 35th anniversary. Oh, the movie. Sorry. That yeah, that's next year would be its 35th.
oh, okay. So the 35th anniversary is coming out next year, and I'm a little surprised we haven't heard any talk on that because that would be a big milestone, especially for that movie.
Yeah. Though that being said, that does kind of give some context. I know we've seen some studio series rumors that an '86 movie Ultra Magnus is coming, as well as a
Right.
Grimlock and Wheelie. So I'm wondering if that's what that's tying into.
I was just gonna bring that up because that would be perfect timing.
Yeah. Honestly,
Because
I didn't even clue in that that was the 35th anniversary coming up. It's not something I generally think about, but that would be like you said, perfect timing for that to come out.
yeah, well, I was just browsing around and I realized that next year would be the 35th anniversary, and I was like,
Hmm.
well, we've been hearing the rumors about the new studio series 1986, so maybe that would go together with the movie's anniversary.
Yeah,
So
that would
hopefully we'll see something good with that,
that would coincide perfectly.
right? So you've been 3D printing some stuff, right?
Oh yeah, lots of stuff.
I've seen your Warpath head. That is nuts.
That was a project that took quite a few weeks of fiddling around with.
Right.
I'm not amazing with the 3D animation aspect of the modeling, but the nice thing about the six figures, provided I'm not having to model cars,
Mm.
is that a lot of it is very angular and it's very easy to do. It's so long as I can make it with primitive shapes, it's pretty easy to do. Like a lot of that was like I started off as a cube that was just segmented and shrunk down and morphed and stuff like that. So provided I don't have anything to do with curves, I can do it.
Well, you're doing pretty good job on it. I've seen a couple of your projects. They're they're fantastic.
Well, thank you.
I think if you were to sell some of those products, you could make a couple bucks.
Probably. I'm still kind of looking into how to do that. I don't have a clue what I'm doing when it comes to selling parts and plastic and whatnot. And legality of it is also another issue I have to be thoughtful of. I'm not even sure what is and what's not okay type thing. Like,
Mhm.
for instance, one of my projects is a straight model of the jetpack from MP44,
Mhm.
but shrunk down so it can be compatible with Siege Optimus or Siege Sideswipe and Earthrise Optimus. And you got to wonder if Hasbro ever came after. Like, it's an original design, but it's clearly based off something. If Hasbro could definitely have a case for that type thing.
Right. Well, the
But
third parties, they have the upscaled and the downscaled things.
yes,
But
though a lot of those are based out of China, which don't have. I mean, you can't really touch them.
right. So what you could do is you could maybe go for the Takara design, but maybe change a couple things up. Change the paint scheme, maybe a couple design details, and make it compatible with the Siege.
That's possible. I'm not sure. It's a fine line because you got to balance between accuracy. Because if it's too far off, people are going to look at that and go, it doesn't look like what it's supposed to be.
Right.
And on the other hand, if it looks too similar, well, you're kind of stepping in hot water there.
Mhm.
I mean, it's totally one thing to post your design on a free site and say it's common use. I'm not selling it. I just made a design. Here's my art piece.
Yeah.
It's totally another to sell it and say, yeah, it's a jetpack for Transformers.
Well, the thing is, if you were to sell it, you would need to have what's the word I'm looking for? I think copyright. You'd have to get it like in your name, have like your own
Yeah.
company. Like it doesn't have to be huge, like Big Bad Toy Store or whatever. Like it can be a
No, no, no.
small, we'll just say third party company.
And the other thing is too with this stuff is that I just want to start looking into how to like what's the term? Direct mold injection, I think. Basically, I could make the prototype out of 3D printing and then being able to copy it because the jetpack, for instance, takes what is it, 8 hours total just to print one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like if I have 50 people, that's 50 times 8 is that's 400 hours of printing
Right.
just for one part. So there's lots of sides to it that I have to look at. I'd like to get into it because I'd like to sell some stuff. There's definitely been the interest to buy it, but it's just a matter of I don't know how to go about it, and I don't even know who to talk to about just even start. But oh,
Well,
well, something I'm looking into anyway.
yeah. Well, if you're looking into getting into marketing with that, I could probably help because I'm doing marketing at my job right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I work at this place called the Groovy Little Toy Store. It's just this toy store right next to a flea market.
Cool.
Everybody comes in here. There's like 10 people come in, they shop, they leave, and it's quiet for like 2 minutes, and then everybody else just piles in.
Hmm.
But what I'm trying to get at here is what I'm there for is to study. the business and how to, start my own business. Like if I were to start an online shop
Yeah,
or like a local shop, I would know what to do.
fair
And
enough.
I'm learning uh, enough.
Hmm.
So if you do need any help, you can ask me or not or whatnot.
Well, if I ever figured out the production side of it, yeah, sure. Why not?
Alrighty. So, have you gotten any new figures? Anything new in general?
Um, the newest thing I like lately, no. I mean, I've gotten one figure recently. Otherwise, I'm saving up for the wave two of Earthrise. But the only new figure I've gotten recently is Studio Series Soundwave, and I wasn't expecting to get that. Like I saw it at the store a few weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
and then just casually said online that like I saw it and I said pass, and someone's like, "No, man, you're missing out. You need to get it." So I thought, all right, I'll try it. And oh my goodness, what a car! I'm not too crazy about Soundwave as a character in the movies, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean his alt mode. Oh, if that was an original character, what a figure!
Right. Well, I just went to the new store that just opened up yesterday, and I had a couple choices. We had some of the older Siege deluxes, like we had Spinister, which is actually what I got,
Okay,
and we had Studio Series Soundwave and the '07 Bumblebee, the the new Camaro version, not the old one.
yeah.
So I was teetering on either getting Spinister or Soundwave. And of course, I picked Spinister because, he's hard to come by. I can always
Hmm.
go and get myself a Soundwave whenever. Well, if I have the money, that is. But, I'm kind of disappointed with Spinister, He's just he's just there.
I don't really know who he is, like as a character, so I've just never really been interested. Plus, he's never shown up in my store area, so I mean,
Right.
I've never even had the chance to get it in the first place. But I hear good things. I mean, it's a nice helicopter and whatnot.
Hmm.
It's never really interested me.
Well, I think he was introduced into the comics. I think, don't quote me on that, but he's just I mean, he's an interesting character. It's just nothing special.
See, that's probably why I don't know him, is I don't read the comics at all.
Right.
Nothing against comics. It's just not my like. I prefer reading a novelization of something. I let letting my imagination fill in the blanks, not seeing the images on. Like I
Hmm.
just can't process that kind of information.
Right. I'm the same way.
Fair enough.
All right. Um. So that new Transformers game that's coming out. Have you seen anything on that?
I have not,
Oh. Well,
but
it
I just
looks.
sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. It looks exactly like Transformers Devastation. I'll just say that.
Like the art style.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The gameplay too, a little bit.
Well, that's a shame. I mean, I did, Devastation was cool in the art style. I loved the writing of it, the voice characterizations,
Mm-hmm.
everything about it. I just hated the game itself. I can't stand the whole beat 'em up type thing. It just feels so pointless.
Right.
How like, for instance, one of the Constructicons you could wail on for 20 minutes, it hits you twice and you're dead. Like that doesn't make any sense. What the heck is this? Like it's that kind of thing, as well as there was quite a few. Like there was a Devastator fight which I played as Optimus, and I ended up just hitting the combo string and somehow ended up by his shoulder where he couldn't hit me, and just continuing the combo string, and I was up there for like 10 minutes just wailing on him without being hit. It's like, what kind of dumb game is this? But like I said, the art style, the character, voice character, like everything about the game except the game itself was great. And if that's what they're doing, but they're going to make it better, then sure, I wouldn't mind trying it.
Right. Well, I'd like to get it just to play it. Like I wasn't too
Hmm.
enthused with Devastation. Like, I like the art style, like you said, but the gameplay was just I can't get into it.
Yeah, I mean it's Platinum Games bread and butter. They make Bayonetta. It's the same exact same formula. That's
Right.
they don't make Dynasty Warriors, but that's how Dynasty Warriors works, where it's like 400,000 enemies and you can kill 50 of them with one stroke of your sword. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
what? Ugh, I don't know. It's just not for me. But do we know who's making it? Because I know Activision no longer has any licenses.
Well, here, let me look here. I also don't know when the release date is.
Hmm.
Right. Oh,
I'm,
it's called Battlegrounds, and it'll be on the Nintendo Switch.
really?
Yeah, very interesting.
Just the Switch?
Well, that's all I'm seeing right now.
That's a little concerning.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing like I have a Switch. It's the only current generation thing I have. But I mean, um, if it's not a multi-platform, I'm a little concerned. And I'm just seeing it now. The teaser trailer it doesn't exactly inspire hope.
Yeah, it's something. I'll tell you that.
I can't say I've ever heard of Coatsink either.
Mm-mm. Outright Games. Yeah, maybe this will be something totally new.
Yeah, this yeah, just look. This doesn't look like Devastation. This looks more like oh no.
It's a
Oh,
Cyberverse game.
okay, no, that's for PS4 as well. Okay,
Oh, okay.
coming out 23rd of October.
So,
I saw a third person shooter, and I guess technically that's not wrong, but I'm seeing like top down overhead nonsense.
right.
It looks more like it's coming off as Cyberverse in terms of art style.
Yeah, it looks exactly like the Cyberverse uh, dudes.
Yeah. Huh.
That's just not ideal.
Yeah, it doesn't exactly inspire hope. If it's great, great. If it's not, I don't know.
It's we'll just have to find out.
Yeah, time will tell.
All right. Another question. The new Earthrise and the Siege reveals. Like we got Grease Pit and we got the repaint of Spinister. What are your thoughts on all the new reveals?
I haven't seen all of them. What I have seen though is Dirge and Thrust, and those look pretty good, but they're about as good as I expected them to be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what else was revealed? I don't remember much of them. I mean, what I've seen, I remember saying, "Yeah, that's a figure. It's not bad. It's not good, but it's not really something I'm interested in." But
Right.
I mean, it's Earthrise, and Earthrise is so far just done stellar. So I can't imagine it'll be bad. I know they're re-releasing Soundwave, and the colors look good, but it's just Siege Soundwave again. Same with Megatron.
Why don't I haven't seen any more pictures on that Soundwave, but I heard it was supposed to be like a boombox mode, but I could be wrong.
It could be. I mean, for all I know, they've adjusted a few things to make the leg transformation possible, but to just from the few shots that I've seen, it just looked like Siege Soundwave with different colors. But I could be way off on that one.
Well, let's hope we get something new.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool to see an actual Soundwave, like uh just like the G1.
Yeah. I mean, if it's not, then so be it. But it'd be nice to see the tape deck mode again.
Right. So, is there anything you're looking forward to getting?
Well, the Thrust and Dirge, I'm looking forward to that. But something I don't have yet that I am looking forward to getting is the again just more Seekers, the villains pack. Um, it'll be nice to have a Thundercracker and a Skywarp again. I haven't had those figures in a possession since I quit the channel a long time ago.
Mm.
So be nice to have those again.
Yeah, it'll be I can't even speak English. It'll be fun.
I looked it up just now. Yeah, yeah. Siege Sound, Earthrise Soundwave is literally just another repaint.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which I mean, it's fine. It's a good sound wave. It's just
Yeah.
that weird spaceship mode is weird.
Right. Well, I mean, you can always go out and get the the third party fix that makes a tape deck mode, but
If you're really that into it. See, me personally, because of the animation and the whole scale mass shifting and all that, I just have a little model that I digitally animate that little boom box. I don't see a need to have a boom box that is that big compared to the rest of them,
mhm.
so it doesn't matter to me.
All right. Well, I'm running out of things to talk about here, so I probably got two more questions.
Sure.
You got any projects going on with you?
Um, Several actually. Right now, I'm editing Earthrise. That was supposed to be out today, but some complications. It'll be probably this weekend. But after that, I'm trying to get my Earthrise Prime review finished, which is turning out to be way bigger than I expected. Normal projects go for like 500 images. This one's 1,300.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and last time our project was that big, it was what was the last project this big? Masterpiece Megatron, to give you some sense of scope at how long this review is going to be. Which was like half an hour last time, which was way too much.
Gotcha.
I had a lot of fun with it, and after I was done with the thing, I looked back and went, "Okay, I may have overdone it." As for 3D projects, actually, I don't have any right now, which is kind of odd. Usually, I got something on the go.
Well, hey, if you got any projects, let us know. 'Cause, I know myself, I'm interested in hearing about that.
Oh, thank you. But as
And
for future projects, I'm not really sure because like Earthrise is Prime has taken so much out of me that I just really haven't thought about where to go next. I might cover the Dark of the Moon Soundwave after this,
right.
just because I posted it on Twitter, but one of the wheels popped off when I was trying to transform, and then it caught my eye. It was just, man, the level of detail. Good grief! Like when Cliff Jumper came out, they did the whole brakes thing, and I had a meltdown over that.
Mm.
And this one was brakes plus the actual brake components modeled in. And I was like, what?
Oh,
I could not believe it when I saw. I might do that one next.
well,
I don't know. We'll see.
well, I'll definitely keep a lookout.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before we end it, I have one last question.
Sure.
So, we've gotten a lot of good lines in the past. We've had Thrilling 30, Power of the Primes, Combiner Wars, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that the Unicron trilogy and Studio Series will be the last lines, or do you think we'll have anything more in the future?
So that's kind of a funny question because, like, I thought that the Combiner Wars trilogy was the end of it. I didn't know where they could possibly go from that. And I even made a video of it when Combiner Wars, when I finished all my reviews. I made a whole retrospective video, and in that I said like, I think Transformers might be dying. Like, where could they possibly go from here? Except maybe do Beast Wars and Armada, and historically that was a very low time in the history of the general public. I mean, the fandoms of those two things love those shows. I'm not knocking that at all,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, to the general public, it wasn't really a thing. It was kind of, oh yeah, it's Transformers and what. It wasn't the near powerhouse that G1 was when it came out, and then it had a huge resurgence when the movies happened.
Right.
So like the point I was making in that video was, if it goes that way again, will it lose focus in the public eye? It already seems to. I mean, what was it, 5 years ago? They said My Little Pony took over for most sold things for Hasbro,
Right.
and it just felt like they had done G1. They were, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, sorry, no, the audio changed. Anyways, um, they had done pretty much everything G1. They had retreaded it for a lot of Combiner Wars repaints. They had done combiners. They were in the middle of doing Headmasters and Master Force figures,
Hmm.
and there's no way I could have possibly predicted War for Cybertron coming out in its lines of. I'm actually covering this in the Ironworks review. Is that they didn't do. I mean, they're doing G1 again, but they're also redoing figures from G1 Zone, which is still G1, but it's like the very tail end of it. Like Ironworks is from the very last of the G1 era
Right.
before Beast Wars hit. So what will they do from here is such a fantastic question because I don't know. Like, will they finish off whatever is after Earthrise and then be like, well, now what? Will they just retread G1 for the fifth time? Or will they actually expand out to Beast Wars and Armada? And will the fans of those be happy? Yes, but will the public eye be into that again? Don't know.
We'll have to find out in the future.
That is definitely something that we'll have to wait and see for because I couldn't predict it 3 years ago, and I'm definitely not predicting it now.
Well, hey, they surprised us with Earthrise and Studio Series, so they could come out
No
with
kidding.
something big again.
Yeah,
But I don't know what could get bigger than this.
no kidding.
Well, I think that is a perfect way to end off the podcast. That's such a big question. That's something to leave people to think about.
Well, thanks for having me on. It was fun.
Well, thanks for joining.
Yeah.
I know my voice isn't the best. Kind of nervous. You know,
Just
that.
come with time. This is your first episode. I'm sure by the third or fourth episode, you'll get it down pat.
Yeah. And I'll have, just a couple people on. Hopefully, I don't know, Optibotimus.
Yeah, of course I know.
I talked to him about it. He said, we'll work something out in the future.
Sure.
All right. Well, I guess that's about it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll talk to you later, my friend.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
You too.